Formations. All right, so formations are key, and we're going to run it differently depending on what the formation is, and I'll kind of go over it. Basically, we run it out of, it says we run it out of, our main formations are green and black, and that's with a sniffer. Okay, we have our sniffer back, and I'll go over that. Redder and bluer, that's for us, that's where we have our slots and a tight end with a pro set. And we run it out of looser, which is 2x2. Those are our big plays that we run out. We could run out of trips too, and we have, but those are the ones we run out of mostly. Now, if we're going to run it in our sniffer, all right, we're going to do this. If we have no motion, I got to get this guy, I am not going to block him. So how do I make sure he's getting off? Usually, when we sprint out, that guy drops. So if I have no motion, my quarterback knows with no motion, I'm going to sprint, and it's going to look like a draw, and I'm going to go hit on the edge. I'm going to run my combo route on the outside, and our combo routes are this. If we have one back and one up like this, all right, we want to run quick screen. If this guy's on the line and he's off the line, we always bubble screen to the side of the tailback. If we have a single receiver, okay, we're going to run an out or a hitch. If we're into the boundary, run the hitch. I went over these like in the afternoon. Same rules all the time, doesn't matter. They run those things, it don't matter what play we run. That's the rule, unless we tag it differently. Okay, so we're going to fan this, all right? Our sniffer is going to take a jab step and he's going to go inside, okay? Now, we can also run this with motion, all right? So now when we run it with motion, you know, jet motion, it has a whole different look. So we run it with jet motion, our back is going to, when you run jet motion, we're going to snap the ball on the outside foot of the tackle, just like jet. We're going to ride it, and we're going to hand it off to that tailback. Okay? So it literally looks like jet, and if those backers run laterally, we will do that. All right, now the pullers. We're going to pull either the tackle or the sniffer. Okay? So if we're in a tight end, if a tight end alignment, if we're in redder, which is tight end, you know, flanker, slot and wide out, okay, the tackle is going to pull. If we're in looser, the tackle is going to pull. If we're in green or we have a sniffer, the sniffer will pull. Okay? And it gives it a way different look, whether you got it with a sniffer or not. Okay, now that sniffer is going to pull, and he's going to block the backside linebacker. Okay, so he's always on the backside linebacker. We're going to assume that that front side backer, or he's made the play on jet, he's made the play on our front side power O, or he's made the play on the power, so you know he's running out. The second he makes a tackle, you just call this play. You know they're all blocked, because he's going to run out and he can't get back. All right, now, the tackle and the sniffer's technique is because, you know, you might have a guy on you, know that if you pull, they run the circle, correct? They're going to follow you. You've got to take a jab step. Now, we're running jet and all that stuff. When you do that, you just pound that foot in the ground, I guarantee you he's stepping out. Because we reach him, you're on zone and all that. He will step out and he will never follow you. But you got to make that step. If he just goes, okay, he's going to follow you. Take a jab step, he freezes them, and we're going to come around. Now, when we do that, all right, we do the same thing with the sniffer, because the sniffer's in here. Now, what do we run? When we got our sniffer, we've gone over, we run jet with a sniffer. The jet is going to block what? He's going to block the force player to the linebacker. So he's arcing like this. So he's stepping out. Bang, you're running it, you're running it, you're running it. You're in power O, you're reading the defensive end. He steps out. He's going to freeze. No one's going to follow him. All right, when he steps like this, sometimes guys read our sniffer, and if he comes back, they'll run back. But if he takes that jab step, he takes that step and he's too late. Okay, so the sniffer or the puller must take a jab step. Very important. Got to take the jab step, whether you're covered or you're not. Okay? Now, the double team. Remember we said we're going to double the one. Okay? So you have to double team, and the double team becomes imperative. All right, now, our rule is this. We double the one, or we're going to block the nose, whichever way he wants to go. That's it. Everybody else pass sets of fans. So our double team in the old days, remember they say a double team was a post lead, correct? So one guy would post, and the and the blocker that was lead blocking would step down at a 45-degree angle, okay? And you could use your hands or your flipper. Well, what happened to us all the time is this. We would post this guy, he would step down, and this would happen all the time. All the time. That. I mean, I ain't blocking nobody, all right? And that's what happens more times than you want to believe. So, so what it did is I talked quite a bit with Bobby Wiley, who's used to be as a pro coach, and he talks quite a bit. If he was here, he'd be yelling at everybody. And then McNally, and they said when they double team like this. What they're gonna do is they're gonna make sure that. Okay, what we want to do is we want to take two lateral steps. So our hip is hip to hip. I want to take and drive everybody this way. I'm not going to post him and angle block him and drive him into the backside linebacker. Because honestly, it doesn't work. All right? But if you step foot to foot, get your hips together, and when you flipper like this. So it's like you're like when we're blocking zone, it's like, you're coming up your inside foot and you're trying to climb each man. You're doing the same thing with a flipper. So we want the flipper, two inside flippers. Okay, we want to bring it up like this, start to climb, and drive him straight back. So we kind of do it like this. So I want it to look like this, like that. Okay, so now I want to get those hips tighter together. And then the next step is I want this. And I want to I work real hard to get those flippers together. And I want them to duck it and get that position. I don't want them driven straight back. All right, now we're going to do it live. Now, when you do this kind of stuff live, what we do live is this. That's our defensive line coach here. Okay, and he's going to coach him. They want to coach against double team. We do one-on-ones, double team, and zone blocks. One-up live. Try to do it at least twice a week. We do it when special teams is going on. All right, because the fat guys usually not involved in that unless it's like field goal or extra point. So we can get these guys and work them out while all those other guys are running around doing special teams. So when you do stuff live like this, okay, they got George DeLano said they go nuclear, like they forget about everything. So you don't want to wait till your game to go live against like legit guys. So we like to go live only with one-on-ones and a double team. And so here, we're going to try to get this done. So we're trying to get that foot to foot with just like that, and we're going to drive it. And we want to work that hard as we can all the time. All right, now, the thing here is what we'd like is we want to get, okay, see how he's turned? I would rather have him up here with those hips together. And then, but they're using that flipper and climbing, and now you got a lot of weight on one man. Okay, and that's what we want. Okay, so I know that might be, all right, so here's one, here's centering. So we're going to put together the guys that double team. Okay, in Oregon, it's usually going to be the center, okay, and the guard. So we'd have these two guys going, and then we'll put the guard over here and have these two guys going against the one. So we'll see how he does here. There it is. See that angle block? We want to get those hips tighter together. But we don't want him to be able to, see how they're trying to split it? If you post lead, they split it every time on us. Every single time those guys will turn, get on a knee, and split it. This is hard to split that. So that's one thing that we do. All right, now, we pass combo everything. So we want to pass combo this play. And these are our rules. And I know if you're in here before, you already know them because I've been over them. But if we have a single receiver and we're in the middle of the field, we're going to run an out. And if we're on the boundary, if we're on the hash and the plays to the field, and it's a single receiver into the boundary, we're going to run a hitch. If the tailback side, if we have two receivers over there, we're going to run a bubble screen. If it's away, we're going to run a quick screen. Okay? Our quarterback's technique, we went over that. Okay, Oregon, we got no motion and jet motion. When we have no motion, we don't slide and dive. We're going to sprint out with a quarterback. So here it is again. All right, now, here we're going to do this. If there's no motion, he's going to sprint to the edge. The tailback's going to take a counter step, and then he is going to follow the sniffer. Okay, we're going to run the quick screen out here because they're one's on, one's off. If he was up and he was back, it would be bubble. We run the rule on the pass away. Okay, he's going to sprint out like it's a sprint game. And on this side, you're going to see us do one of two things. We're either going to fan it or we're going to pass set it. Now, our last 4 games, and when we're in the playoffs, we pass set it everything because those dudes were men. If you passed that, they ran upfield because they weren't, you know, they were good and they were looking to rush the passer. So we pass set it all, and we just wash him up the tall back and bring him up. Now this sniffer is going to take a counter step, and he's going to take the backside linebacker. We got to force this guy to run out. Now if we're running a little sprint out game and he doesn't drop, then we're not going to run it. We'll run jet motion across there and run it. Okay. All right. Now jet motion. We run the jet. We can run like this and run it 2, or we can put the sniffer over here and run it away. For this is Oregon even. So he's on this side and he's going to go opposite to the odd. And we can put him over here and run it even. Now our rules for our tailback and our sniffer are this. You align for success. All right? So they got to know which side they're going to be. So they know that they have to be to the side of the call, which is even though it's going away. Does that make sense? So if I said Oregon even, they line up here. If I say Oregon odd, they line up here. So if it's Oregon even, and we'll run this motion like this, okay, usually we run a mini curl over here, but we run this motion, okay, it's because this guy's running out and we'll get this backer over the top, okay? Now if it's black Oregon even, now we're running it this way, what's that look like? That looks like jet power O. Jet power O, so that's our counter off that. That guy wants to run over the top and stop the jet, and we're going to run this play right now. So this is how we run it with a sniffer. If it were green with motion, it looks like power O. He's going to take a counter step and run up over the top. The quarterback, though, now is going to take 2 shuffle steps and ride the jet with it, though. Okay, so it makes it look like jet. Okay, the other thing is we got all kinds of other plays coming up in here, too, to make the counter. So that's kind of what the counter is. All right, so this is with a sniffer. For us, this is green. So if it's green, all right, that means this is the A back, that's the B back. They're going to line up on the same side. Our wideout's going to be here. Okay? Our sniffer's going to line up to the side of the call. Even. Okay? There's no mo, so he's going to sprint, and we're going to try to get this guy to go back. So here, this is no mo play. He sprints, and there is the counter draw. Trying to get the front side out. Okay? I don't know if we have an end zone shot on it. Okay, so here's the end zone shot. Now, these guys are nasty. This is the number 8 team in the country when we play them. This is our state semifinal. Okay? There's our front side linebacker. They're in a 3 down. So we're going to block him wherever he wants to go. Usually they'll slant to the field. He goes opposite. So you never know where they're going to go. How would you know which way he's going to go? Who would have thought he would do that? Could you game plan that? No. So he blocks him wherever he wants to go. All he's doing, the sniffer reads the center, correct? And the back reads the sniffer. So he's just going to wind it back. Okay? So that's one counter with no mo. Here's another one with motion. So now we have it in motion. It's going to look like it's jet. So there's the motion. We're going to snap it right there. He could have snapped it a little bit later. Okay? This was 2 years ago. We didn't take the counter step. So you should have took a counter step, and now we get one backer in the air. So if you get this Pro 4-3, and you see one backer, this is the first play we're calling. Okay? Because there ain't nobody to take him.
Now, he didn't ride him there 2 steps.
Nah, because it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah. He should have, but we just put
Did you
this
guys,
in.
have
This
you
is
guys
the
ever
first,
done
this is
the
the
old
first year I even
wraparound?
ran this stuff. What?
Have you ever done the old wraparound?
No,
Does that
didn't
take
do
too long?
that. This is just as good, and I don't have to do anything else.
Right.
I know, so, you know, I'm not saying we don't have to.
No, certainly, absolutely.
But, you know, here, now down here, he should be running the out, but we didn't, there it is. And up top, we would run a mini curl. The other year, we just blocked and ran the key. But there it is, right there. You get up on it, and that's what that like. Here's the end zone. You're going to be able to see it. So there's one backer. So how the heck is he going to play this man? And he's not fitting. He's just sliding. So he's dead. I mean, that's like stealing. Okay. All right. Another one. All right. We're going to run here. All right. There's the motion. That snapped pretty good. Okay. Let me run another one here. Here we go. All right. Now, this is the one where we have no motion. Oh, we have motion. And what he was doing, I think 2 years ago, we were doing all the sprint action. We weren't riding them. It was making it look like it's, but the next 2 years we did. So there's the puller. He gets up on a backside backer, and it just makes people flow. Okay? See if we can see the end zone. Okay. So we got motion. So this guy should be running out, so be able to block this guy with a backside. So there he goes. It's too late to get back. And that's our counter. Okay, with a sniffer. Let me do another one. Okay, one backer. You know, right off the bat, they're playing that Pro 4-3. We're going to read him, motion him across. Now it's to the motion. And so now he's got to overrun it and you can come back. So you can run to the motion, away from the motion, any way that you want to do it. Okay? This is this year. Okay, let's see. With that motion, you know, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to get the guy to ride it. Okay, so we have 3 down. This is a pretty good team. All right? And he's slanting to the motion, even though we're running to it. But he's going to wash him. All right? They're going to read it and cut it back here. On 11, he's a Division I player, big time. Okay? Whoop. All right, now, let me do one more. See if I can get a... still got a nose. All right? So there's a motion again. Now it's like jet. He's up on the inside backer. And that's how we run that counter with the sniffer. Let's see if we get end zone. Okay? So, nose here. Usually, for us, when we get motion... Okay, now, but this is back. I should have mentioned that. I didn't see that. All right, if we say back, the word back to us tells the tailback to go on the other side. Okay, remember we told him we line up for success? So he lines up to the call, unless we say back, and now he's going to line up away from the call. So, now it's slide and dive front side. So you can move the tailback around if you think you're getting a read on that. Okay, now, we're redder. All right, so redder means we got a tight end. Whenever we have a tight end into the game, or have no tight end in the game, we pull the tackle instead of the tight end. All right? Now, there's no filler player, so you better take that jab step to get to that backside linebacker. So if we're running jet or whatever on the front side, all right, he'll ride him, and then he'll counter step and come back, and the tackle is now going to pull. Okay? So here... this is our state championship game. There's the motion, okay? He didn't ride him too good, but, you know, there's the counter. So, and what it does, it forces, I think you'll see it, when we see these guys, they're just kind of sitting in there trying to read it. They didn't run out, but we got it anyway, okay? All right, here's another one. It's against Lowndes out of Valdosta, really good football team. All right, so here is the puller. He'll trap a filler. If that backside guy is going to fill, you'll trap him. But it's a good counter play. It gets him moving. Now they got the nose, so his nose is going to block him wherever way he wants to go. He feels like that, he'll kick him out, and you got a good different counter play that's pretty easy to run. All right, now here, I think this is 4 down. Let's see in the end zone, we can see the blocking in the end zone. Okay, so now there's the nose. So we're going to fan the front. So he'll come here, he'll come here. These two will double this guy, and we want him driven back. He is run out, so we're not going to block him. He's going to jab step, pull, read the double team, either come up inside or outside it. He'll take a counter step and come back. All right, so there's the motion. And I would rather have him get vertical when he does that. Okay, let's see, here's another one. Okay, with a 1 technique. So motion, you can run it to or away. You can run it either way. And now you're running it whatever. Okay, now, on this one, we tell them if I put this in because a guy, we didn't call this. He's going, Coach, I pulled it because nobody was there. So I don't know why I threw it in there, but he did it. Okay, so we have motion again. There's the tackle pulling. Comes up on the backside linebacker. See if we can see it from the end zone. Okay, so here. We got can't see that too good. Let's see another one. I mean, keep running these. They really keeps them home. I'll give you one more and see from the end zone. Okay, now there's the nose. All right, they're in a little. Why anybody would play a 3 and a head up, I don't know. But they're going to double this man. They're going to fan this. Okay, these guys will pass that or fan them. They'll take a counter step, and that's where it'll go. Okay, and it's a really good counter out of the gun. Okay, here's another one, and you can run it 2 or away. Like I got lots of these. Okay, so let me get it one more time here in the end zone. Okay, 50. Usually we're going to get slant this way. I'll wash him. If he comes back, I'll wash him that way. They'll fan these guys. They'll block the tackle. Will take a jab step and I'll block 22. So there's the counter. I don't know why I didn't jab. If they fill, we trap them. And what happens is those guys get up in his face and it's hard to see. Okay, so let me get one more. Okay, here's a pretty good team. These guys are. Okay, so one technique is there. So there's a 3 and a 1. We're going to double. He'll fan him right there. Okay, there's the double. You're going to drive the double. He's going to cut it in here. And it's pretty good. All right, now I have a looser. Okay, looser or 2x2s. All right, when we're 2x2s, is going to pull the tackle. Okay, now that's when we're running the reverse. Okay, I mean, so we're running like we're faking the sprint action. So we'll do it one more time. I don't have an end zone shot on this. Okay, so he's going to fake the sprint out. Okay. You got the blitz, so they take themselves out. And the puller just picked up that front side blitz. Okay, here it is again on a 3 down. So we have looser, so the tackles, this tackle's pulling. He's up on the backer. So it doesn't matter what formation you run. See if you get an end zone. Okay, so there's the double the 1, fan him. So there's the double.
Is the O-line communicating somehow, or the center, with where the double is going to occur?
They double
or they just know
they double the 1.
the
You get a 1 technique, they're going, they just, he's got a 3, they're going to fan. There's a double, the centers, they just go me, go double, they'll just say something. Yeah, but it's pretty simple to see. And look, and this is, you want to see that hip to hip? You want to see him getting that driven? Now he came off because the kid just left. But, that's just what we do. We got hundreds of them here. So here's another with loose in motion. Tackle pulls, goes opposite, and that's the split. I want him to get vertical. All right, I want this thing to be vertical. So when that tailback comes out, see if you're in the end zone. Okay, it's double the 1. All right, now 2 1s. Okay, they run a twist. So we're going to run double the 1 away. So they start doing that twisting games against us. That stuff don't work too good. Okay. All right. Now RPOs. Okay. Now with our RPOs, we ran a couple things out of it. So first of all, we want to stop this guy from chasing. All right. We call tire. All right. So we're going to run Oregon out of trips. He's going to take a counter step. He's going to sprint. Only this time, we're going to run our tire play is basically this. We run 10 yards vertical, he runs a post. He runs 10 yards vertical, he comes underneath him. and we get that cross. Okay, we're going to run this guy on a stick route. Okay, but we're going to run Oregon inside. Okay, double the nose, pull the tackle, and the quarterback is going to read the defensive end. If the defensive end chases the puller, he's going to throw the football. If the defensive end runs out on him, he's going to give the ball. So that's our pass run read out of trips. So here we go here. So there's the puller right there. The end takes him. He fakes it to the tailback, and now he's on the edge. This is a big play for us in this game. This is our state semifinal. And so we got that pass run read. So you can tag, it off another one and run some sort of route out the backside. So here it is again. And so we got it because they're trying to drop that hole player in for the run. Okay, so you see it again. He's going to pull. And hopefully you don't get called for downfield. We didn't. Okay, now we can also tag this with Cleveland. Cleveland for us is this, show me the money. And we're going to run our smash concept where he's going to come out here and sit. He's going to run the smash route. And he's going to run the stick. And we're going to read the end man as we fake Oregon, but run Cleveland out the backside. So here it is. He takes them, so he freezes them, and that's the throw or run the smash route off. So that's another thing you can do with it. Okay, here's another one where he's going to sprint to it, and he gives it to him this time. All right, because that guy chased out. So that's just some things that you can do with it other than the regular RPOs. In our terminology, again, the O word, this is the play we're going to talk about. It's our C-gap counter. So now, when the other backer is aggressive and starts running into A-gap to stop Oregon, we were in Ohio. Okay, so if he's blowing us up, coming down hard, we're going to go another gap out, and we're going to run this play. All right, it's good counter for the jet, buck, power. It's a C-gap counter, easy play to block, and helps us, same thing, get that one technique block. All right, we're going to attack off tackle. That thing. Okay. When the linebacker makes the play off tackle, then we're going to go out another play. All right. So it's easy to call the the stuff. We like to run out of green and black, red and bluer mainly. We don't run it out of I like it with a tight end. All right. Without a tight end, I'm not too crazy about it. And mostly we run it out of this green and black set. In other words, we run it with a sniffer mostly. Most of the time, we're going to run it with that. Okay. So this is what it looks like. All right, we're going to double the nose in a 5, and we're going to block down on the backer, and we're going to trap the D end. The Y is going to take a counter step, and he is going to get in the hip pocket of the puller, the offensive guard, just like counter Trey. He's going to come up and block the backside. Now, our tailback is what we got to work hard on what he does. Yeah. Okay. Tailback is this, okay? Our tailback slides and dives, okay? And on all our internal runs, that's what he does. And that's what Auburn does. They run both this play and the power out. When we power out, we slide and we dive. Now, we have a significant play in this that's going off tackle, where they're going to block it on and come up inside, or we're going to block down and he's going to kick, and we're going to slide and dive and cup in. So we've been running this power game or jet with it, and now when this tailback has to slide and dive, and what he does is he slides, he dives, and then he floats back on the cutback. He doesn't just like do this. He doesn't slash it back there. We slide and we want to get vertical and then pick up the sniffer and get on his hip. But we want to get him going forward first, so it makes it look like we're going off tackle. Okay? We can run it with and without motion. We can run to the right or we can come to the left. If I say back, what's he going to do? He's going to go to the other side. He's going to slide and dive and go straight out. Okay, so you can move him left or right. So if you think you're getting keyed, like there, that's a key breaker. All right? So all I got to do is, that's what we do. We just go back, back, back. Move the tail back over here, slide and dive here, or we can stay this side and slide and dive and bring it back that way. Okay, motion, it can be with or without motion, okay? When the backside lineman makes the tackle on Sally, we call Ohio, pretty much. Okay, polar. The polar is going to be the sniffer, and if we're in red or in blue, it's going to be the tight end. The tight end and the guard are going to pull like counter crisscross was. Okay? Now, we aren't running a whole lot out of this, but we run a ton with a sniffer. Okay, so that's kind of how we're going to do that. Right now, double team again. Rule, same thing as if we got a nose, we're going to double the nose. If we got a 1, we're going to double the 1. So we're going to get a double away. The tackle's going to go, is going to release and take the backer. We're going to trap the end man line of scrimmage. Okay? So basically that's how we're going to do the rule. Run pass combos are exactly the same. We're just going to, the built-in rules. We're either going to run the single receiver on an out or a hitch. If it's 2 receivers over there, if they're the tailback side, they bubble. If he's away, they're going to quick screen. If we're like that, we're going to quick screen. So all those rules are still in play. No matter which play we run, we'll run those pass combos. The technique will differ depending on the action of the tailback. All right, if the tailback slides and dives, he's just gonna drop step and give him the ball. If there's motion, he should ride him and then give him the ball. Okay, it's gonna look like this. Okay, against a 3-4, double the nose here, kick, come up inside. Let's get to the. Let me go back just so you guys, if you want to see these. Okay, we can put it in with motion, and we can go away from it. So you go motion, counter, if you go back and go counter. Now this is the reason we do it. Okay, if I say regular and I don't call anything, I want it to look like what? This is jet sweep, right? This is jet power up. But when we run our buck sweep, which I haven't gone over, our tailback is over here and he comes out that way. So if we're running a lot of buck, I want to run back. Because it's going to look like he's running buck and then he's going to come back in here. So that's how you break the keys. Does that make sense? All right? So if I'm running a bunch of jet, power O, I want to run it without a call, and I want Ohio run this way. If I'm running a lot of buck sweep, I want to put him over here with a bat call, and he's going to slide and dive, and it's going to look like he's taking it's going to look like buck, and you're going to get these guys, you're going to get that guy running out. Okay? All right, so here's back. All right, so if we're going to run buck sweep, he'd be over here running across 90-degree cut and we'd do all our blocking on this side. So this is what we like to run when we're getting a lot of buck sweep. Okay, so we can rip it and we can do it this way. It doesn't matter. And what it does is you have multiple ways. We count 16 ways that you could run this play, different motions. Like you could call it 16 different ways: motion, without motion, back or not back. And it comes in, with all those different counters. So you kind of got to get in your mind how you want to call it. All right? Now, here's green, Ohio even. All right, so here, we're in green, no motion. All right? So we're going to run quick screen here. Out here, he should, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He should be in here running out, but he probably aren't going to do it. Oh, what? All right, so there's our counter. All right,